We're gonna go to our dance studio next, which is where a lot of dance teams will practice on campus. So we're in the treehouse instead, actually, because the dance studio is locked. My name's Denzel. I'm a current senior at Harvard. I study mechanical engineering and astrophysics, and I'm a resident at Currier House. And today we're having a little Currier dorm tour. So Currier is one of the 12 houses at Harvard. In my opinion, it's one of the best, but it's located in the quad. It's our symbol is a tree, and it's one of the, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best houses there's to offer on campus. I have 3 suite mates, Nathaniel, BJ, and Jayshul. We all have our individual suites, our individual rooms, and we live in one big suite with a living room. And then we have a giant balcony that swings around the entire complex that we have access to. Currently in our common place, this is kind of where we all hang out to do our P-sets, our homeworks together, or any late night goofiness and talks we're having. It's overall like a great place for us to get together after our classes, a long day of like sports or anything like that. Get together, spend time together, and just enjoy each other's company. Whenever we get hungry or if we want to like make some quick snacks, we have a kitchen over here. This is very much not a common thing at Harvard, DC. Currier's one is unique in the regards that most floors have a kitchen, and almost every suite has their own in-suite kitchen as well. So whenever you get hungry, you want to whip something up, you have access to that as well. We have our sink, we have our stove and oven. You can cook whatever you want. We have a host of cabinets that we can use to store our spices, ingredients, whatever. And we have a giant fridge that we can store all our beverages, our leftovers, stuff like that, or just like store anything we want within there. Definitely not common at Harvard, so we're really thankful for Currier to have this. But moving on to the balcony, we have a really big balcony. The cool thing about the suite actually is that if you have access to the suite, you have access to the balcony personally. So every single person here has access to this balcony, and it swings all right around the complex. And just taking a quick step outside. Yeah, this is the top floor of Currier. This is the 5th floor, so we're able to see all around. Kind of pretty much the quad, as well as kind of reach over to other parts of Harvard. It swings all the way entirely around this complex. So pretty much all the way down, as far as you can see, swings entirely around Currier. And we're the only ones personally with us access to this area. Honestly, it's a great time just to be able to like spend, hang out with friends, kind of enjoy the weather, especially during Boston weather when it's not often, cold and stuff like that. Whenever it's warm like this, it's really great to be able to come outside and just kind of bask in the sunlight. But yeah, so moving off from the balcony, this is kind of entering my room. This is my home away from home, being able to come back after a stressful day of classes or events, kind of able to detox, rewind, and kind of get back in the zone afterwards. But I guess just giving a little tour of my room. A big thing for me is I'm a Patty Gray Smith Fellow. It's a National Aerospace Fellowship, and basically the way it works is that if you're able to get selected out of the entire nation, there's only like 30 seats, you're able to enter an entire network of leadership of aerospace fellows who are also passionate about aviation. You're guaranteed an internship with one of the aerospace companies, so like SpaceX, Boeing, Blue Origin, stuff like that. I worked for Hermes, so I was working on hypersonic airplanes during my past summer at Hermes in Atlanta. And yeah, so it's a great community. I highly recommend it if you love space or like aerospace or something like that, or even just engineering like that. Apply, see if you get in. It's a really great community. Moving on to my workstation. Starting off my PC. I built this when I was a senior in high school, and I've been upgrading since then as well. I have my monitor, 32 inches, kind of maximize the amount of space I'm able to see when I'm editing or working and stuff, and kind of like the amount of windows I can have open at a time. My laptop, my MacBook. Moving on, we have my window. I just won't show it right now because the glare will kind of mess with everything, but we have basically a mini balcony that connects these 2 rooms as well. So if you don't want to go in the big balcony, we have the opportunity to just go outside a little bit, take a little break, get some fresh air within my room, and not have to worry about navigating through the entire living room. Moving on, it's my bed. It's kind of where I spend a lot of time just to be able to get back in the game afterwards, kind of sleep it all off. But over here, a lot of toiletries, accessories, depending on what I'm in the mood for, what are like earrings, necklaces, rings, kind of my home base for kind of being able to express myself and kind of be able to get myself in the headspace of whatever I want to be wearing. My Switch and everything, more games, just being able to enjoy myself, detox. One of my favorite things to show off actually is this mask I made. So I basically for the entire summer I was in there in the machine shop, kind of putting together this mask, 3D printing the entire shell, kind of getting the lens together, wiring everything, electronics. And the way it works is that it's outfitted with a motion sensor, so that when you blink or you move your cheeks, the sensor is able to pick it up, it detects it, and then it'll it'll respond with a signal that gets sent to the Arduino, moves the lens, and it'll basically tell it to move. So it kind of follows your eye movements depending on what you're doing. So when you blink, it'll activate, kind of have that kill mode of like signature Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming, and then blink again, it'll go back to normal. So just like a cool little project here and there of like multitude of cool things I like to do. I come up with an idea, I want to bring it to life. I experiment, it fails, but I come back again and then re-innovate. It works the second time. Cool. That's kind of my room for the floor. Just taking a look outside and kind of step into the bathroom. So this suite particularly is split into 2 bathrooms. We have our toilet room behind me, and then we have the shower room to my left. So yeah, that's it for our suite. Next time I'm gonna show you guys the Salarium. That's pretty much our party space within this floor. Cool thing about this floor is that if you have access to this floor, you live on this floor, you'll be given a special key, and this key allows you to be able to enter the space whenever you want, come and go at your leisure. So yeah, this is the Salarium. This is basically one of the kind of common rooms / party rooms of specifically this floor. If you're on this floor, like I mentioned before, you have access to a key. This key will open up this space for you and able to come, let anyone in, kind of do whatever you want here. It's really nice. A lot of sofas, a lot of couches, a lot of space for people to kind of interact and have a good time, talk it out, rewind, detox, and after a special day. After this, we're going to be going over to the Fishbowl. It's kind of the big gathering place within Currier, and you guys will see for yourselves what it looks like. Yeah, so this is the Fishbowl. It's kind of like our big place in Currier. Kind of get together, have some gatherings. We have a giant projector kind of over there, so whenever you want to put on a movie or kind of like play games together, or just have like community events, it's kind of there for the the family to kind of get together and kind of do whatever. If it's housing day and new freshmen are kind of selected for Currier, this will be the area where they'll come in, kind of watch the housing day video together, kind of introduce them, kind of induct them into Currier. We're gonna go to our dance studio next, which is where a lot of dance teams will practice on campus and kind of be able to get ready for whatever events they're throwing. So we're currently not in the dance studio. Instead, we're here in the treehouse. It's another common space in Currier. Cool thing about it is that it has a lot of natural lighting to use instead of like artificial lights, but it's a really cool space. It's kind of built to be more of a cafe / like, casual hangout space, kind of get together. It's just a really cool, like, I just want to say like a barista kind of area. Just do whatever you want, kind of hang out, make whatever you want, and just have a good time with people. As our last stop, we're currently in Bingham living room. This is kind of another, kind of common space on campus. The kind of main purpose of the room is kind of be able to have like, almost like a game night or with your friends, kind of be able to get together. Personally, me and my friends have spent a lot of Super Bowls over here, ordered a lot of pizza, a lot of wings, kind of watch the game on the TV, or if we have like any like disputes, we want to settle out with 2K, we'll play together, connect the console, kind of get to it. Yeah, so we're currently in the main courtyard of Currier. This is actually where graduation takes place, so I'll be back here in a few weeks. It'll be kind of sad to see this place kind of leaving, but keeping the theme with Currier of like nature and trees. This is kind of like the main most nature places you probably get on campus, to be honest. It's kind of like the nice space where you actually get like outside, get a breath of fresh air, kind of be able to take some time to yourself, But yeah, this is kind of the end of the tour. I hope you guys really loved the video, and hope you guys get Currier. Come here.